One of the things you've said today is that you are now expecting a much milder story for the UK economy as a result of Brexit. Two things come from this. The first one is, does it worry you that you're struggling to predict the outcome for the British economy? And secondly, what message does that send to the rest of the EU?
Well, first, it's true that we have adapted our forecast for the UK. We thought that growth, which was previously forecast at 2%, would be of 1% in 2017. And we see that there is a delay in the effects of the Brexit as far as investment is concerned. This is why we now say 1.5%, which is in line with other institutions all around the world. That mistake, if I may say so, was common to everybody. And 1.2% in 2019. So we still believe that there will be a significant effect from Brexit, but that will be longer in time and lucky for everybody, maybe weaker.
Well, just to be sort of tricky about this, why should people now believe the forecasts that are coming from economists? They have been so wildly wrong that it's very hard to put much store by them.
Well, frankly, I don't see any kind of argument about that. We'll see if they're right or wrong. Our opinion, which is based on data, which is also based on the information we have about the Brexit itself, the negotiations which will start, is that, yes, investment will slow down and that will impact growth. But again, we wouldn't say here that it's good that growth is slowing down. We believe it will be. We are satisfied to see that it is slowing down less than expected. But that's good news for all of us. The fact that the growth would be impacted in the UK more than it is today wouldn't be good news.
No,
because Great Britain is a member of the EU until the moment it is not anymore.
Absolutely. Out of curiosity, have you, at that point in time when the UK is no longer a member of the EU, have you modelled what the UK, if it were to significantly cut its corporation tax aggressively, let's say, would have on A, the UK economy, and B, the European economy?
No, because now we are at a moment when the British Parliament just agreed on Article 50 notification. It will be notified, then we will open the negotiation. So it's really unrealistic to speculate about the outcome of negotiations that did not even start. So we must now move step by step. We will negotiate in the interest of the 27 members of the EU outside of the UK, as Madame May will negotiate in the British interest. Of course, she chose, and that I think was rational, that the UK is no more in the internal market. We will say the four freedoms are inseparable and there cannot be any pick and choose. And finally, when you're a member of the club, you've got some privileges. You cannot have the same when you're no more a member of the club. So being out must not be as good as being in. But for the rest, absolutely, let's wait and see, as you say, in the UK. But I don't believe that the UK can and will be a tax haven.
Okay. Commissioner, two quick questions. You've said this morning, do you think it would be a tragedy if France were to leave the single currency? Do you not worry that by suggesting to the next French president that the first thing that should be done is more austerity, that you are playing towards such a tragedy, that you are playing into the hands possibly of Marine Le Pen?
There was never austerity in France, and there is no austerity in France. France is reducing its deficit slowly, but now they are at the right point, under 3%. They must go on. Why? It's a question of credibility as well, economically and politically. You know, getting more debt is not a factor of strengthening foreign economy. And Madame Le Pen, the people in France are attached to the euro at 68%. They know that getting out would be really a tragedy and a suicide.
Just final quick question. Am I correct in thinking you're going to see Alexis Tsipras on Wednesday? When do you think that the accountants will return, that the bailout auditors will be back in Athens?
I'm going to meet Alexis Tsipras on Wednesday. I can confirm that. And we are, all of us, discussing in order to find a way so that we can conclude the second review as fast as possible and in the best way, because we are building a success story with Greece. In the forecast, Greece will be at 3% in 2018 and 2.7% in 2017. So if confidence is back, if reforms are on track, if the fiscal efforts pay, then we must go on. That's my message. We must absolutely find a deal and avoid any kind of Greek crisis. There is no reason why there should be one. And we are now examining how we can find a way soon, very soon.